You know the scene, right? Your cat is all curled up, totally passed out, and then suddenly their paws start twitching, their whiskers are going crazy. We've all seen it, and we've all asked the same question. What in the world are they dreaming about? Well, today we are going to decode that mystery.
Yeah, you're watching this whole little drama unfold, and you just can't help but wonder, is that just a random muscle spasm, or are we getting a front row seat to a secret inner world happening right inside their head? Well, the answer, thanks to decades of really cool research from pioneers like neuroscientist Michel Jouvet, is a huge, resounding yes. Your gut feeling was totally right. Your cat is absolutely 100% dreaming. But okay, how does it all work? See, to really get their dreams, we've got to first understand the way they sleep. All right, so let's get into the architecture of feline sleep, because to understand their dreams, you first have to appreciate just how unique their sleep really is. Honestly, it's like an evolutionary masterpiece of being both rested and ready for anything. First off, just think about the sheer amount of time. We're talking up to 16 hours a day. And no, that is not laziness, not at all. It's actually a super smart survival strategy that's been baked into them for thousands of years. As predators, they have to save up massive amounts of energy for those quick, explosive bursts they need for a hunt. And their sleep, it's completely different from ours. We're what's called monophasic. We try to get one long block of sleep at night. Cats, on the other hand, are polyphasic. They take a bunch of shorter cat naps all day long. This is genius, really, because it keeps them rested, but also means they're always kind of partially alert, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. Okay, so within each of those naps, their brain is cycling through two main stages. First, you've got NREM sleep. Think of this as the light dozing phase. It's for restoring the body. But then they enter REM sleep. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is the dream stage, where their brain activity literally looks almost identical to when they're wide awake, totally alert, and chasing a laser pointer around the room. Okay, so now we get the basic mechanics of how they sleep. But how can we, just by looking at them, tell when they've actually crossed over into that dream world? Well, it turns out their body gives us a whole running commentary. You just have to know the language. And these are the classic signs, the ones we all recognize. You've got the flickering whiskers, the quivering eyelids, those little paddling paws like they're running through a field. You might even hear these tiny, muffled chirps or purrs. None of this is random, okay? It's a silent language, and it's telling you that a story is unfolding inside their head. So this brings up a really good question, right? If their brain is firing off all these signals to run and pounce and chase, why aren't they just, leaping off the couch in the middle of a nap? The answer is a totally brilliant built-in safety feature called atonia. So deep inside the brainstem, there's this little region called the pons, and you can think of it like a light switch. As the cat drifts into REM sleep, the pons flips that switch, and it causes a temporary paralysis in all the major muscles. It's what stops your cat from literally acting out their wildest dream adventures. So what this means is that those little twitches you see, they're not meaningless at all. They're actually breakthrough signals. The dream action is so intense that little bits of it manage to leak past that safety switch in the brain. We are literally watching the ghost of an action.
Okay, and listen, this is a really, really important point for any cat owner. You need to know the difference between dream movements and a potential seizure. Dream twitches are gentle, they're intermittent, and the body stays relaxed and limp. A seizure is completely different. The movements are often violent and rhythmic, the body goes stiff and rigid, and when they wake up, they're confused and really distressed. If you ever have any doubt, please call your vet immediately.
All right, let's get to the really fun part. The question we all want to know the answer to. We can see that they're dreaming. But what are they actually dreaming about? Well, science gives us some really good educated guesses.
It seems like most of their dreams boil down to three big themes, and they all reflect their core instincts and what they do every day. You've got the hunt, which is all about their inner predator, the hearth, which is about comfort and safety, and the hierarchy, which is about their social life. Let's talk about the hunt dream. When you see those paws paddling, yep, they're chasing something. Those little ear swivels, that's them stalking prey. And you know that weird jaw chattering they sometimes do? In a dream, that's likely the moment they're capturing whatever they've been chasing. Then you have what we call the heart dreams. These are the cozy ones. A soft little purr in their sleep, that's pure contentment. And when they do that rhythmic kneading, making biscuits, that's a direct throwback to being a kitten. It's a dream about feeling totally safe and comfortable with their mom. It's a fantastic sign of a happy, secure cat. And finally, number 3, the hierarchy dreams. This is all about their social world. So a gentle little chirp could mean they're dreaming about a friendly interaction, maybe even playing with you. But on the flip side, a muffled hiss or a low growl could be them reliving a little tiff with the neighbor's cat or some other perceived threat. So what's the takeaway for us as their humans? Well, knowing all this actually gives us the power to play a really active role in our cat's mental health.
It's a really simple but powerful idea. A cat's waking life provides the raw material for its dream life. A day that's filled with fun, playtime, feeling secure, and lots of affection, well, that's going to lead to pleasant dreams. But a day full of stress and fear, that can absolutely lead to feline nightmares. And this is probably the single most important piece of advice I can give you. If it looks like your cat is having a nightmare, please do not wake them up. Being suddenly jolted out of a scary dream can be incredibly disorienting and terrifying for them. They might even lash out in fear. The absolute best thing you can do is just wait for them to wake up on their own and then be there to offer some calm, gentle comfort.
So really, think about it. You're not just a caretaker who provides food and water. When you create a safe home, a predictable routine, and lots of fun playtime, you are actually a curator of your cat's mental well-being. You're helping to shape the very stories their brain tells them while they sleep. So, the next time you see your cat sleeping, I want you to watch a little more closely. You're not just looking at a snoozing pet. You're an interpreter. You're watching a silent movie. And now that you know how to read the signs, what story is your cat's dream telling you tonight?